Wow.
Wow. Hello.
Hello. Welcome. This is episode 10.
It's the first monster ad.
And the first monster ad. Hi. Hello. Welcome. We're back.
We are back.
Welcome, everyone. This is episode 10 of the NgoVo Convo podcast, where two stupids make a right. This week.
Right.
All right.
Oh, we changing it up. Okay. All right. I like it. That threw me off, people.
Yeah. I'm one of your hosts, Veronica Vo, and I'm joined by Harrison No and a lovely monster. If you're new here, we just both wanted to have an excuse to talk about anything that ranges from anime to comics, but also one of our friends is not caught up on a lot of stuff. Nope. So, he just pushed us to making this podcast.
At this point, we just tell him, like, hey, it's honestly fine. You do you, man.
Yeah.
Give us this tagline.
It's okay. Exactly. Some would say we're conversing, because NgoVo Convo. After 10 episodes, if you don't get it, I love
that I still hear this from, like, other people. And I'm like, good. It's working.
Same. You can watch every episode, or every new,
Hello.
Hold out. It's been a while since I've done the intro. Okay, everyone. You can watch every episode on youtube.com or listen to it as a podcast by searching NgoVo Convo, NgoVo Convo, on your podcast service of choice. Don't worry, I'll get really good at this intro.
Only episode 10. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. If you haven't noticed, on this episode, it's a special one. We have hit 10 episodes.
So therefore, we have to do
a top 10 anime list from both of us.
I wanted comics, but then I was like, nah, let's do anime. You're right.
Let's do anime first.
Let's just do anime
There's a lot of other special episodes.
We'll do others.
We'll do other.
For episode 10, we said.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah, YOLO.
Because episode 100, we're doing top... No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, I will go back on. It's been recorded.
I didn't finish my sentence.
No, but I know what you're talking about, so it's fine. It's been recorded. So, if you haven't finished any of these series or episodes, we'll leave the timestamps in, so you can kind of skip around the episode today. Because we don't want to spoil anything for you. So we'll talk just a little bit about each show.
Oh, I can't spoil?
You can.
Oh, I can. Okay,
can.
I was like,
yeah.
What?
So spoilers are, may not happen. Yeah, just beware. So if you are going to listen through the whole episode... Beware. Mm-hmm. There's no spoiler edit because Harrison and I aren't going to do that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not yet.
Let's go with that. Yeah,
just my hand will be the spoiler effect. So, take your time watching these series. Come back to us, re-listen to this episode or timestamp frame that you missed out on. And we're going to be in spoiler territory in 3, 2, 1. Okay, Harrison.
Snape killed Dumbledore.
Yes.
Wow. I hate me.
And there goes all the Harry Potter fans.
Which is just a millennial thing.
Yeah. It's fine.
All right, no, we're gonna... That's another
Okay,
topic.
Harrison. Do you have any honorable mentions before we hit this top 10?
I have several, I've realized. I remember when we first talked about it, I was like, I probably won't have like a couple, like 1 or 2.
I know, you're like, I'll have 1, 3, maybe 4, 2.
5, I have 9 honorable mentions.
Oh, God.
Well, okay, no, you know what? I say honorable mentions, but it's really like I had that many animes that I was like, okay, these could be my top 10. It could be in
your top 10. It could be.
So I'm just gonna like toss it out there. JoJo, the JoJo series, like all of it.
All of it.
Okay, my girlfriend says it's Maggie, and I keep thinking it's Magi, but you know what? We'll cross over that. If anything, I'm recommending these for you to watch.
Yeah.
And One Punch Man. Kill la Kill. Have you seen that? I forget.
No, I haven't.
You should.
Okay, I will.
Blue Exorcist or Ano Exorcist. Kenshin almost and this is me going up. So like the last few were the ones that were actually possibly could have been in my top 10.
Ooh,
So
okay.
like Kenshin actually could have been, in all honesty.
I'm almost done with Kenshin.
Good. I actually want to rewatch because it's been that long. Legit.
It's so good.
Fate Zero specifically. I like how I have to say specifically.
Specifically.
Gurren Lagann or Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. Have you seen that? I forget. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have.
Good.
It's a good one.
That's all I got. And then Kogias.
Yes. We both have similar honorable mentions.
Yeah.
I didn't put them in like order of like if it will hit. I just put them in the order of like they're so good that they could like.
Okay,
they're just like bunched up into.
I only did from Kenshin up. Everything else was just kind of like they were on
like
there.
on
they're
there,
on the
okay.
list, and I was like, okay.
For me, everything was just kind of there. Like it could have been, but
what were yours? What were yours?
I have Mob Psycho 100.
Okay.
As an honorable mention, I have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I have Bleach. I have Bungo's Stray Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I have
on my list.
Maggie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Maggie. And that's it. That's all my.
Do you? I guess like just to explain, do you have like criteria for your list, like of like what got in? Is there like, or is it just? It doesn't have to be super detailed. Like at the end of the day, like I was like, it's your list, it's my list.
Yeah.
But I was just curious.
I mean, if people are gonna judge, they're gonna have to give out a better list.
If people are gonna just assume I have trash taste.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that podcast too.
Okay, Harrison. I did it by like my number one thing was enjoyment. Like if it couldn't. Yeah, because if it captures me in like enjoyment, like I will 100% keep watching it because it's fun to watch, you know?
Yeah.
And then the second thing is like parallels. I really love like parallel themes, like when like, you know, protagonist and antag kind of have like parallels together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's very specific.
Yeah.
That's cool. No, that's cool.
Yeah. How about you?
So when I built up mine, it is kind of like the same. It's like I'm very basic, I've learned. And I'm like, enjoyment is also equivalent to hype.
Yes.
It's about the equivalent of that. And so that was a big thing. And then after that, it's like I like how I give bonus points. It's not like I only like it, but I give bonus points for like, in my opinion, I like things that if they set up the world pretty well, or it feels like it's established, or it just feels like world building, or it feels established. I like that. It's just a nice feeling because I don't need. I say this. It's been a while since I've seen some of these, so I don't know if there's that thing where like sometimes you kind of get the world for what it is, and they just kind of don't explain too much, but they do eventually. But anyway, it's that weird thing. I just like that, right? Spoiler alerts. I know a lot of people say for world building, One Piece is a good one. It's not on my list whatsoever.
It's okay. It's like, it's a big commitment.
I just haven't. Yeah.
It's a big
spoiler alerts. I have not seen.
When you get there, let me know.
This list will probably change.
Yeah.
A year or so. I say a year. And then I think the last thing was like power systems. Like if they have a really solid power system, I'm all on board. Like hell yeah.
I feel that.
So it sounds like I'm a basic shonen fanboy, if anything. The more I think
too.
about it. But it's okay.
It's okay.
You can shit on it, or those of you could like comment or DM us and tell us, hey, you should watch this instead.
Yeah.
It's way my opinion.
Put down your top 10. We can talk about it in the comments.
Someone like, I think one of our friends like me, he's like, my top one SAO. I was like, love it.
Triggered.
But
okay.
Yeah,
let's get into it. Harrison, what is number 10? What is at number 10? What is at the edge of this list?
It was one on your honorable mentions. I was like, okay.
Uh-oh.
And actually, this was like on the fence. So so my number 10, actually, before I say that, honorable mention like for Gurren Lagann and Code Geass, were animes that got me back into anime because I used to read only. And those
Okay.
are the ones your boyfriend got me into.
Yes,
He,
the
those
king
are his
himself.
recommendations. The king. The mad lad.
Interesting. Stop.
But yeah, so with that though, I just wanted to add that just because.
Okay.
But my 10 was Mob Psycho 100.
Ah.
So when you said it's one of those, so it's my 10. I liked it a lot because it hit my top 10 just because I liked One Punch Man. As you've noticed, it's on my honorable
Yeah.
mentions, but I think I've seen season 1 and 2. I think season 1 was perfect, but there's like a lot of, if anyone knows, like it had like a top tier animation team and everything. And I think I felt like the season itself was just perfect. Like if it ended there, I would have been fine. I could have taken but they continued, and I think season 2 was pretty weak. And also I think they changed animation studios.
They did. And directors.
And directors.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first director was, I think, there's a lot of things. It's like, if you look into it and you're curious, it's actually really cool to see, like, why One Punch Man got really lucky. But
yeah,
with that, like, the main mangaka for Mob Psycho 100, he goes by One, so W-O-N, or O-N-E. Wow, I can't spell. I was literally just thinking, don't spell that one.
Yeah, but you
And I
spelled
did.
that one.
Wow, too stupid to make it right. He also wrote One Punch Man, and he wrote this, and I think this is, from my understanding of, this is his main project, and it shows a lot more. And I think I like the story. I like the main character Mob, or Kageyama Shigeo. Mob is just so funny. I love how a lot of things they like. It's different. I like how he's like an Esper, but he's like super overpowered, but he keeps his emotions to like essentially 0, and every time it starts getting like interesting or crazy, you see like the number goes up to 100, and that's when he explodes. And I think that's just really cool. And
the animation's different too.
It is. I wrote that down too. It is different. When you first watch it, it is very jarring, and it's like I remember one of my friends on another podcast that I'm on, Super Boss, Ian, he actually recommended it to me, and he was like, but you do have to kind of get past the animation.
Okay.
But it's only sections, because you watched it, right? I forget. Yeah. So did you watch both seasons?
I did.
Okay. So you get what I mean, where like I say the animation jumps when he goes to like 100, and it's like, whoa, this is insanely cool. But then I think that's the cool, like the cool difference of like the normal day everyday life.
Like his awkward schoolboy.
It's just awkward, and like everything, and it matches in a sense, right? And then it just goes balls to the walls when he hits like 100. Freaking love it. And then like even little things where I liked how they kind of like do things different. It's like, he mainly joins the club, the lifting club, just because he likes this girl.
Yeah. Yep.
Even though that girl like denies him all the time, and it's hilarious. But he's just a simple middle school boy. Yeah. But the boys got his back.
Yeah, they truly do.
The best club ever. And you think that they're like lifters, they'd be like these bullies, but no, they're like the bros, and it's great. Oh my gosh.
It's so good.
I think overall it's just a really cool, and you get to see his what was it, his sensei?
Who's like a fake like a consultation guy.
Yeah, he's a fake Esper essentially.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. Reagan, right? Yeah, Reagan. Right, I forget.
Reagan.
Yeah, but it's so I love that dichotomy as well. It's just hilarious.
It is good. Well, ironically, Mob Psycho was number 10 for me.
But something knocked it off.
Something knocked it off.
Oh.
So my number 10 is Gintama.
Oh, okay. All right.
I know you haven't watched it.
I haven't. Yes, as much as I want to.
You have to get through the first 30 episodes. Monster ad. I saw that slick look that you just gave. Okay, so Gintama is like, how do I describe this? It's satire, 1. 2,
100%.
it's like comedy.
Yep.
And it's the type of funny where it's like The Office and Parks and Rec kind of smush their like funny together, and you get Gintama basically. It's really, really, really stupid. The main protagonist is so dumb you would enjoy him. Like the first 30 episodes, I had to rewatch it like 2-3 times to get through it, the funny stuff, because I like funny stuff. It's just like this is like stupid.
But I
like,
love that.
yeah.
I really wanted to get into Gintama. I just haven't had the time.
Yeah. And like the funny part is this man, Gin, okay, so I'm just gonna tell like a little spoiler here. That won't give away any plot or anything.
Good.
So there was this moment, like I think like episode 12 or 13. He was chasing after a woman, not because she was a woman, but because she had the latest Jump Shonen magazine that he needed to see. So he chased her around town. He was first in a taxi, and then he jumped off of the taxi, got into a moped, jumped off that moped, started running, and then walking. And then he destroyed her shop because he jumped into the shop too quickly and, like, destroyed the whole store and injured her. And then the Shonen Jump magazines flew everywhere. Like, he literally couldn't find his issue.
Oh, no.
So I was just like, wow, this man is stupid. And then after like 30 episodes or so, there was like a really good fight. Like you think that this guy is like super dumb, like day to day, and then he just starts fighting and it's not even like, he's not even that serious yet. He's a katana boy. I know you like swords.
Yes, I do.
That's all I'll say.
Yeah, nice number 10. I approve of it. I don't even know most of it. I just know like I was recommended this so many times by Ian. Like when he watched a lot of anime. I hope you heard that. Yeah, no, I just heard like how it was like pretty much satirical, and I've seen clips of like random stuff, and it's hilarious. I've been wanting to do it, and every time what stops me is like school. Like I was in college at the time, and then went back for my master's, and each time I was like, why do I want to watch this all of a sudden?
But now you have time.
Nice.
To watch all 300 some odd episodes.
That's not bad. You're right. Yeah. Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. Okay, let's go to number 9, Harrison. What's your number 9?
So, my number 9 is Naruto / Naruto Shippuden.
Okay, like so both
that,
series.
Yes, both.
Okay.
I feel like that's the full encompassing. Like I wrote Naruto down, and I was like, I mean the whole thing.
Interesting.
Naruto's Dad is a really good series. I love it.
Wow.
I hate that so much.
Me too.
But it's great. It's funny because you wrote Bleach and on your honorable mentions. It would be on mine too. I think it's just I watched Naruto recently, and I remember seeing how you watched Bleach recently.
Yeah.
You watched the big 3 recently.
Sure did.
Sure did. That's another. We're gonna touch on that later. But I think Bleach had great fights, but I think Naruto overall had great fights, and also like honestly a really solid story. I liked it overall, and it was just, I think even watching it now, it still holds up pretty well.
It does.
Because I think I've seen parts of Bleach again, and I was like, maybe it's just me, but I think it felt dated
outdated?
in like the setups, right? And like how they set up the conflicts at times. But not saying that I'm not excited for the new, like them coming back with the new anime, the new arc again. But I think Naruto just like is the one maybe it's just because I finished it recently, that's why I like it more right now. But I love like the battles, like they're pretty good about. There were some things I had some gripes of, but it's really just that's shonen from back then.
Yeah.
But I think it still holds up. I think that's the big thing, is that it still holds up. I think the story is great. It's just overall it's really awesome. I actually recommended it to my girlfriend's dad yesterday at dinner because he likes Bleach too, and I was like, "Hey, you should actually watch this. It's pretty good."
Now he's gonna start watching it.
Yeah. But
Naruto, that's
that
an
is
interesting one.
it's yeah. I think it's still I think the big part is that it still holds up. I think the animation's really good still, and it's still really fun to watch. It's still fun to see like how the Shinobi world is and all that, and
Mm-hmm.
how it got to like the 4-4 and everything. Because I
Yeah,
remember
and
you finished that before me.
I did.
Ironically. You started and finished it.
I did. I finished both series in 4 weeks.
Mm,
That was like non-stop watching every day.
that's stupid.
Interesting. I was thinking about putting Naruto in, but it just like I think I have to read the manga because I was just like anime only.
Mm.
So I feel like if I read the manga, it could hit my top 10. I just had my one con would be like the trio for me.
Yeah,
For
I could
me,
see that.
that like it stopped me from putting it in my top 10 because of the trio. And I don't know
Sakura
if
can
it
summon Naruto. That's an insane summoning jutsu,
I
dude.
know. But I've heard the manga's a lot better in touching on like Sasuke's like emotions towards Sakura or like their dynamic in
it.
general.
I believe it.
So as an anime only, I think that's what stopped me.
Mm-hmm.
So
I see.
but I see why it's number 9. It's a really good series.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
But not top 5. It's big 3, but not top 5.
Yeah.
Even.
Yeah.
What's your 9? What's your 9?
My number 9 is Fruits Basket.
Also, like
Something you haven't watched yet.
no.
Oops, I know your girlfriend's watching it.
No, yeah,
or
she's watching it.
rewatching it because
Yeah,
the final
yeah.
season's out right now, currently airing.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually not only about romance, which I thought it would be going
That's what I
into
heard
this.
from her,
Yeah.
yeah.
So there's a lot of like trauma, abuse, deaths. Like it goes deep into those 3 categories. I don't know. I just find it like really fluffy for like the romance part. It's not like too fluffy.
Okay.
So like I think you would enjoy it too.
Yeah, I think like even my girlfriend told me, she was like, it's really good. She's like, honestly, I'd recommend this to you too. And because I think back then, I heard about it back then, but you know, me being a teenage boy, I was like, nah, I'll watch all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Because just I kept thinking it was like just a typical shoujo.
Yeah,
But
no.
I don't know if it's not, right?
No,
I guess?
it's not. Not
It's
the
not?
typical.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me
That's
know
your-
who you ship when you watch it.
It's always a fun part. It's the
Oh
good
yes.
shit. Good chips.
Good ships. Okay, Harrison. Number 8. What is your number 8?
Number
We're getting
8.
slowly getting up there.
Number 8. Jujutsu Kaisen. Reason? Gojo. That is all. Just kidding. Toto. That is all. Just kidding.
You're not kidding there. I know you wanted to stop there.
I really just want to leave it at that. No, it's 8. Maybe it's just because like I said, like most of my lists, the latter stuff is more different, but I feel like it's like the upper moons and lower anyway. From
Yes.
Demon Slayer. But I feel like the lower ones keep changing out, right? But I feel like my top ones have been pretty solid so far.
Yeah.
But I think Jujutsu Kaisen actually was like a sleeper that I didn't expect to be like.
It still is.
It still is. No, and because people haven't been watching that episode, there must be a reason for that.
Yeah. I haven't seen Gojo.
They haven't. Bro, that's like the first episode.
I know.
So that's because they just didn't watch
You
it.
just didn't watch it. Yeah.
But no, I love that it's like one of the newer gen shonen, and I think it's really good. The animation style is really good. Mappa did a really good job on this one because they did absolute. I'll stop there.
It's great. So Gojo, Toto, that's it.
Yes,
That's all the audience
No,
needs
but
to know.
and like it's funny because how you mentioned, I was like the trio in this one, the trio that they have, it's a great spin because I like the direction that female characters are no longer like the Sakura level, but they're actually fucking badasses.
Oh yeah.
So it's like on par, like when they're like, oh, I'm on the same level. I was like, I could believe that at times, but it's just really, I like the dynamic. I love I like the story so far. I think it's really cool. It has a lot of potential, and I like to add again, this list is based specifically on anime, on what we've
anime
seen.
only. Yeah.
I've read Jujutsu. I've actually started reading a lot of manga, people. It's actually insane. It's kind of weird. But I
He's
read
caught
this
up.
one too, and it actually is a lot crazier. And I feel like maybe Jujutsu could jump up a little, like one more step. Who knows? This list would be different from me if it was. I'm keeping anime knowledge specifically for this. So right now, from where Jujutsu's at, it's really cool. I think it's
Yeah.
crazy. I can't wait for the new movie. That's gonna be
Ooh,
ooh, ooh. You
good
guys
tier.
are in for a treat.
Oh, yes.
Treat. Oh man, another man's about to jump in and
take my heart.
Veronica's waiting.
I
But-
like that.
Oh, and I like to add, like, the one cool part is like the difference in like how they frame the main characters versus the villains. When the main characters go all out, like when you see Megumi or like Nobara go insane, like they look insane in their framing, and it's
Oh, yeah.
creepy because you're like, oh, these are your main characters, but they're psycho as fuck.
Everyone's crazy.
Actually, you know what? Everyone's crazy.
Everyone's
Yeah,
crazy.
You're right.
Period.
But that's my
Interesting.
8. Yeah.
That's your 8. My 8 is, this might make you cry just a little bit. It's Hunter x Hunter.
It's okay. We're all wrong sometimes. It just happens.
How dare you say that? It was in my top 5. All I will say, I have not read the manga,
Yeah. Same.
but I've seen the 2011 version of Hunter x Hunter, and it's really good. But the more stuff that I watch, there's just something.
like we said, the new
know,
stuff just
there's
happens to be more
just-
recent, so that
yeah.
just muddles the memories,
you know.
right?
Exactly. No, but it's in my top 10 because the themes are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Gon is just like, you think he's just this little cute kid, doesn't know how to do stuff, but when he goes a little off the edge.
Spoilers are fine. We're talking about that one episode where he's insane in Chimera arc, and holy
yes.
shit.
When he goes off the edge and just goes nuts, I found that really interesting because he became what he didn't want to be.
A monster.
Yeah, a monster. Also,
So cool.
his dad's a dick, but
That's an absolute dick.
whatever.
Absolute.
Absolute.
Oh,
But
man.
also the villains and antagonists are really good in Hunter x Hunter. Like really good. They have not only do they have motives, but they have like they have, I don't know how to say this, but like not even backstories yet, because I don't think we've seen enough backstory of certain villains in Hunter x Hunter. But it's just like, it's motive is not the only thing that gets them going. Like they have stuff that they want to like finish or like end before they're gone, sort of thing.
I guess, like, which villains, for example? Are you talking, like, for instance, the Phantom Troop?
Yeah.
Or like Crollo?
Yeah.
and all that?
Yeah. I found that group really interesting.
Hisoka's the best. Gone. That's a soundbite.
Yes, it is. Oh man, I know I made you cry a little bit because
Yeah, it's fine.
should be
We're-
a little higher, but
It's okay. I appreciate you as a human being.
mhm.
You have
Mhm.
your opinions.
Yeah.
That's what the internet is.
Okay, what's your number 7?
My number 7. This one might make you cry.
Oh god.
I just thought about it. Attack on Titan's my number 7.
I mean, we're talking anime only, so I get
We're
it.
talking anime only.
Yeah.
No, actually, back then, Attack on Titan, when I first finished that season, I was like, Attack on Titan's number 1. Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Oh yeah.
But I think after sitting on it, it's like actually looking at all my like animes that I've been watching, like the top 10 list. It probably would have been higher, but I think I still, this is also me knowing what happens in the manga now. So I really tried, like, this is strictly anime only. It's really good. Like, I think definitely when it came out 2013, it wowed me blew me away because I was like, wait, this is crazy. Like how violent and how like
Yeah.
balls to the
Bloody,
walls with all
yeah.
this. And even like after a while, like the plots and everything, the plot twist, like what you learn, like what's going on. It's like, oh, they're just fighting a Titan. Oh, just kidding, they're fighting humans. Wait,
Oh,
just
just
kidding.
kidding.
There's another. There's more to the world. Wait,
Yeah.
what's going on. Like there's a lot. Like it's really good. I think that's what makes it a really good anime, and like just with the plot and everything. I think that's what is great. I think I just need to see how it ends.
Yeah, because the anime is more canon than the manga, so we'll see
Yeah.
where
So,
next winter comes.
but it definitely was like it was really nice because it was like it came out around the same time, or it was like with the same hype as Game of Thrones. So this was like
Oh
the
yeah.
Game of Thrones of anime at
Yeah.
the time. Like this was the thing because you didn't watch anime back then and you didn't hear anything about this. If I knew you back then, I would have been like, girl, watch this now.
Watch this.
But overall, I think it's still animated really well. Like Studio Wit is like they did a really good job in like
Oh yeah.
adapting the manga, and even like Mappa did a really good job. I will say like obviously Mappa did like a 9 out of 10, Wit did like a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like still can't complain, but it is still like one of the top animes, and it definitely like just boosted it up just because I binged three seasons in like
3 seasons.
a couple nights.
That was crazy. You caught up to the.
You say it's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh nice. Veronica acknowledges. the
Yeah.
binge. My binge levels. Nice.
It's getting up there.
But no, yeah, it's my number 7 for now. For now. We'll see.
now. No, I can see that.
Yeah. I really tried to keep out my knowledge of the manga, so
It's okay.
it's okay. What's your number 7?
Well, my number 7 is your number 8, which is Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, nice.
Gojo, that's it.
You know what? Good enough. You're right.
Yeah, good enough.
We said what we said.
Yeah, we said what we said. I think the dynamics are really good. The parallels are really good. It's probably one of like, or it probably will be one of the best new gens. Or
One of the best
Yeah.
new gen. Like it's definitely like a new gen big 3. I'd say.
I think so. Yeah,
I'd say
I feel like this and Black Clover are like really interchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's my number 7.
So would you say Gojo's enough? You're right.
Yeah, Gojo and Todo are enough.
And character can't be named because he's not an anime yet.
Yeah,
He's
not
not
yet.
animated yet.
Not yet.
Oh, okay, that's your 7. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. It's like throughout this episode. Nice.
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 What's your
Nice
number
choice.
6?
So my number 6 is Demon Slayer. It's funny. My girlfriend almost gave me shit for this one because I actually almost didn't include it because at the time, I need to rewatch certain parts because it's been a while. Because this is like what it came out like in 2019, something like that.
Yeah, 19.
But I think it was just like season. I also include the movie because it is actually a part of the it is actually manga canon.
yeah.
So this actually shot it back up because I was like, oh, it's a reminder that even though like I think the plot was kind of like people will say the plot is slow, I think that's still just as important because I think season 1 is setting up for everything that's about to happen, and then if you watch the movie, Ufotable is still like the GOAT, like 100%.
They are.
Like, beautiful animation, and
It's
I
so
think
great.
I realized like I just got reminded how like oh yeah I like swords. I like anything samurai related. This is freaking cool.
Katana boys.
Katana boys. I love the trio. You're the only reason why I think about the trios as much as I do. I used to just think, hey, I like this character, and you're like, but the trios.
I love
the duos. I was
trios
like,
or
wow.
duos. They're the best.
Yeah. So, I think that's even though like the plot is pretty simple, I think overall that does help like. I guess that kind of boosts it in the sense it just makes it easier to follow, and there are times when it's like you try to be complicated for the sake of being like different or like oh I'm mind blowing, right?
Yeah.
There are times when I just need that like simple like goal of like hey he's just trying to kill your sister because Nezuko's absolute best girl 100%.
100%.
Number 1.
She is best girl. Period.
And I think like going through this list, I just had that vibe with Attack on Titan. That's why it's a little lower. I was actually juggling between Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan for the spot. It was like they were interchangeable for me at this point.
They still could be.
And they still could
To
be.
be honest,
No, I'm like in all honesty, like the more this gets animated, like each one actually, the more it gets, like the more animation it gets, it could flip. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
And this is I strictly because this was like the first manga I actually read coming back, like Demon Slayer,
Oh,
and y'all are in for a treat on this one. I can't wait.
it's a
But
big treat.
anime only, like Rengoku's the goat. Also, bless.
This truly is the goat.
Oh man.
But he's dead. FYI.
We said.
Hey, we
Um,
said spoilers.
hey, we said- yeah, you're right.
Long time ago.
You're right. But God, that fight at the end, immaculate.
It got me sweating.
Beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Like, it's been a while since I read it, so rewatching, I was like watching the movie, I was like, oh yeah, this is great.
yeah.
Oh my God. Got a nut.
Monster ad.
For the
My
goat.
number 6 is Steins Gate.
Oh, okay.
Steins
All
Gate.
right.
Yeah, it's a
Steins Gate.
sci-fi. It's a slow burn.
Definitely slow burn.
Yeah, because you and your girlfriend recommended this to me a while back. And I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. You guys told me that it was like 9 episodes in, and then
No,
it just,
it was,
or was
I
it
think
14?
14.
okay,
it was
14
14.
episodes
13,
in,
14.
and then just like shit hits the fan after a certain point.
Yeah.
And you all were not kidding on that.
It's literally a roller coaster. It is the ramp up. You are going up this thing,
Yep,
and then all of
yep.
a sudden there's no tracks at the end, and you just fall
You
off.
just fall off. I loved it.
It's great.
I love time travel stuff, like going back in time. They dealt with like sensitive topics too, like transgender.
It was very early
It
on,
was
right? It's
very
crazy.
early on,
I was like,
yeah.
wow. Like, it was made...
I want to say 2010, right?
2011. Original run was 2011.
Yeah.
It was I think it was based off a visual novel. I think it was early on, but it got anime in 2011. And that was like the talk. Oh my gosh. It was great.
Yeah, so I made it to number 6. I definitely recommend it if you enjoy slow burns, like sci-fi, time travel, like twists. You
I love
enjoy-
slow burns. Said no one ever.
Yeah, you know, whoever's out there in the world, if you enjoy it.
You appreciate it more knowing why it had to be that, like why it was structured that way. I
Yeah.
think that was a very important thing, because I also watched it but stopped. I think episode like 12.
Yeah, I kept stopping at like 11 or 10, and then you all were like, "No, just watch a couple more episodes. It gets good.
You get the
there.
do do do. Still
You
gets me
get
every time.
there." Okay, Harrison.
All right,
We're in top 5 category.
top 5.
Top
Top 5. So
What is your number 5?
mine's Haikyuu on number 5.
Wait, mine too.
Wait, oh, okay, cool. So we're just gonna talk about this.
We're just gonna
So,
talk about this.
Number 5 for both of us. I never thought I'd get into sports anime, like ever.
Yeah.
Ever. I kept hearing about Haikyuu, and I'm like, all right, cool, that's volleyball, whatever. But then someone was like, all right, no, here, you watch Kuroko first. Kuroko no Basket. Like, so, I'm like, because I like basketball. I'm like, this is great, cool. I loved it. And then they're like, okay, now watch Haikyuu. I'm like, okay, cool. Is there powers? No. Okay, I guess, sure. Because I was like, oh, I just came off the high of like, oh, I need some balls to the walls action.
Yeah.
Haikyuu still does that.
Oh, it does.
But they said like the tension's perfect. It's just, and I think the difference was like going from Kuroko, where you get to like you're like saying all these characters are insane, like
Like the power-ups.
the power ups and everything.
Yeah.
But then in Haikyuu, what is more appreciable is like you get to know the team. I think you see the team dynamic, and I think that's way cooler. You get to like you feel like their entire team, like you feel the struggle or like the when they strive to be the best, and it's just
No,
so
I
good.
feel that.
And it's so hard to like. I want people to watch this more, but then every time they're like, "It's a sports anime," I was like, "Yeah," and it's just so good.
Yeah, it's not only about volleyball. I think
No,
that's
it's
what
not.
trips people up.
Yes, and I'm like, you really get to know each character, and you get to like vibe with them way more, and
Oh, yeah.
you just appreciate like. Initially, like you're following Hinata and like Kageyama, but then you realize you start like liking the rest of the team, like the senpais, and like you start learning who the second years are, like Noya and like Tanaka. Wow, I almost said Takayama.
I was
why
like,
did I?
what
It's
are you
wow.
gonna say?
But those are my favorites too. Like Noya and like Tanaka are like
Noya's
the
my
best.
favorite. Yeah. But yeah,
Get
you learn
that.
other teams too because they go on like a camp. They go to like a summer camp, and
Yeah.
you learn all the other captains and teammates. I think I find them very.
And you get to actually like they do a really good job in like when they play other teams too, like give a really quick like backstory on each one, but it feels right. It's not like they delve into it too much, but we get it. Like, but we get the backstory. We get to understand why some of the teams act the way they do, and they still. So I think like they balance that really well, and I think that's a really good. I think that was a huge plus for me.
I feel that, and
Like the random
Hinata's
teams.
growth is like really good.
Mm-hmm.
I read the manga. The manga's done, and it's like it could be higher, so I'm gonna wait for other seasons to come out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing from you, like even one of my cousins, she recommended to watch or read Haikyuu as well. She's like, and she says that you think that with it being animated, because volleyball is a sport, you want to see the movement and everything, but she's like, oh, the manga still hits. Like it's crazy how
some panels are really good.
She's like, you still get hyped, you still like freak out throughout the manga. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
It's really good.
So that's both for number 5.
Oh, it's both for number 5. Wow, we're starting off strong together.
Wow. So that's starting top 5s. Let's go. So
yeah. What is your number 4?
Oh, sorry. Did you want to add anything else on Haikyuu? No.
You said everything.
I said everything. Wow.
You said everything. Yeah.
I took.
I don't want to spoil the manga. So
I know. I'm sure.
Cut
like.
it off.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. So my number 4. For those of you that know that I like comics, what do you think my number 4 is when I say that?
No.
So mine's Boku no Hero Academia. I love Boku. And it's funny because of that one phrase I said. Oh, Harrison likes comics. Everyone's like, you should watch My Hero. I was like, okay, I'll watch Boku. Cool.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like, this is me recently watching the most recent episode. Because you read it, right?
I'm caught up.
You're caught up.
I'm caught up. Manga and anime, I'm caught up.
Jeez. So this, initially I told, it's just because like with the seasonal anime, it's like sometimes I just forget how much I love certain shows.
Yeah.
And I like forget how much I love Boku. And the most recent episode where they reveal with the whole
Oh, his new quirk?
His new quirk?
Yeah.
The one where it's like he's like, I need to catch that guy. And then he gets like the
Black Whip?
Yeah, Black Whip.
Yeah.
One, Boku has like some of the most emotional scenes that I've ever seen, and I always almost cry at them, and I'm like, wow, this is insane. I don't, but I start feeling that tears well up, and I'm like, wow, there's something in my eye. Be right back. Like All Might be All for One. Oh my god.
Yes, it's good. I wanted to put this in my top 10,
but it's not.
Just because when I started watching it, Deku just kept crying and I couldn't stand it.
But
I know his growth is like really good.
But you're right. No, it was really annoying. It's like he just cries all the time.
Yeah, I was like, he cries all the time. I read the manga. I'm caught up on the manga. I will say this will be probably my top 5 manga in my manga list.
Ooh.
But I think I just have to keep watching season 5 and 6 and 7. And then it can make my top 10.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I get you. I think if anything, it shot up for me just because, like, one, I love comics, superheroes. Boom, done, easy.
Done.
And I
Good
think the
guys,
most recent
bad guys.
thing. Yeah, because right now it's like in the school setting, of course. Like, no shit. But I guess it's like, I guess watching this was like a really cool way to see how they still like. I thought All Might being like gone would affect it, but then they just dumped this whole thing. We're like, hey, Here's
I
the other like
know.
people that could train him. Boom, let's go.
All his teachers
Oh,
and
man,
classmates.
I can't wait.
It's good. I see why it's number 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4 for the brand,
For the
for my brand.
for your brand. My
What's your
number
4?
4 is Demon Slayer.
Oh,
It shot up because of the movie.
Because of the movie. All right, I vibe with that. Hell
The
yeah.
animation's really good. The fights are really good. I love the trio.
I know you love the tree.
I know. I love the trio. I think like as when season 2 comes out this fall, it might even go higher. We'll see. Because the manga's really good from where it's like stopped in the movie to like the end. It's really good. Really, really good.
Yeah.
But it's anime only, so.
I do think it will shoot up more the more I see it animated for this list. But yeah, no, I can see that. Number 4. That's good.
Yeah,
good one.
yeah,
Good one.
It's a good one.
I agree with that.
It's a good one. Okay, we're hitting the top 3.
Yeah, top 3.
What?
So-
I'm kind of interested to see what your top 3 is.
So my top 3 was not hard. Like I actually thought of
Like,
this
at
like no
all?
problem. And this is one I really do mean like it was like out of enjoyment and everything. Like so my third one is one you've already mentioned.
Oh.
Steins Gate.
Oh.
So that's my 3. That's my third one, and it's mainly just because like I think one big thing was like I think this was one of the few animes that I realized like, oh, this breaks the anime does not have to be a weekly like ongoing big 3
Yeah.
scenario, right? Like
Exactly.
because that's like at the time I feel like because around 2011 this is when I actually got back into anime. Legit.
Interesting.
And I think it was one of those like my other friend from the other podcast that I'm on, Luke. He actually recommended this one. And then
Okay.
Luke and then Ian watched it later, and they both recommended it. And I took forever because I always stopped. I rewatched it twice, and I always stopped at like 11 or 12. I'm like, it was a slow burn. Like they were trying to build up the whole like time. They're dealing with the whole time travel
like,
and like changing
people.
certain things
Yeah.
with certain characters. So Okabe is like trying to like he's like learning more, but then he's starting to realize, oh, this is messing
Messing up everything.
the turn of events, and the more he messes with time, he just Barry Allen's everything,
Yeah.
and it just makes a flashpoint. It was like such a cool. I love this concept of it. I love. I can't do it. I almost like here. Give me a second.
Oh, Monster ad.
Wow, I hate me. Super Hacker is also cool.
Oh,
God,
yes.
it was like little things where I was like, oh, this is honestly nice overall. It was really cool, and like I said, roller coaster going up, and then all of a sudden
Yep.
the tracks disappear, and everything just goes
And
to
just
like
goes to
absolute
shit.
shit.
That's a good one.
And I think that was just like really cool, and then like, cause there's actually a new one. I don't know if you heard how there's like Steins Gate Zero now.
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah,
I
I haven't seen that either. Cause I think I heard it's like the darker version of it.
think so. Yeah.
Like or the darker alternate. But yeah, no, overall I think I really enjoyed this. So the big thing was like it was like a different. I just started learning that like, oh, anime does not have to be like that super giant like
Big 3.
big 3 format. Like
Like
it can just be
shonen
like bite
format,
size. I say bite size because it was just one season.
Mhm.
So it was just nice. I was like, wow, this is a nice change. And I think it was just the time travel was cool. Downward spiral and despair was nice, you know.
Everything was nice about it.
Christina is great. But everything was built. I think it was just cool how everything was built up for a reason, and you learn like just don't fuck with time.
Exactly. Interesting.
So that was my
Enjoyed
three.
that.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Nice. That's your 3. Oh, I'm curious about your 2 and 1 now. Very curious. I've been trying to guess this entire time.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I just enjoyed like the fights. It's actually the second anime that I watched getting into all this stuff. Anime.
The first one was Sword Art Online, right?
Yeah, first one was sort of online.
What a great intro to anime.
That's the worst
I love
intro.
it.
It made me stop for like 3 years.
I know it did.
I know. But
Someone did you
catching
dirty by
up.
recommending that first.
I know. I won't name him, but he knows.
Shit, dude.
But yeah, it has really good fights.
Mm-hmm.
The brothers are great together. It's just
Edward
really,
and
it was
Alphonse.
really enjoyable. I like. It was one of the first shonens I watched, so
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, I don't know if I'll like really get into this, but it had like the balance of like, funny and serious, which I
Funny and like
enjoyed.
mature themes at times.
Yeah.
Right? No, I say mature, but yeah, serious.
Yeah,
Serious
yeah,
is a better way to say it.
Yeah,
It's not super
that's
mature,
why
but
why it sticks at 3.
Mm,
I'm
okay.
curious about your 2 and 1 too, actually.
So,
What's
are you
your
done with
2?
Full Metal?
Yeah, what's your 2?
So my 2 is Full Metal.
Oh,
I didn't want to say it yet because time. So this is also one of the first. I think this is the one that I kept hearing about back then, like in high school, middle school, high school, or whatever. Everyone talked. Well, this is Brotherhood specifically. I
Yeah.
didn't watch Full Metal like the original, just because I heard Full Metal Brotherhood's like more manga canon and it's like technically true just the story.
yeah,
And I love the story. I think it's really good. Like you said, like how it balances funny and serious. And I think it was also like a nice. This is my a nice reminder to like, oh, I honestly can recommend this to anyone
yeah,
to like either get them in. And I still stand by this. I would recommend this to like anyone trying to get into anime because the thing is, it's always like people always think about how cartoons are just for kids.
yeah.
I think that's like the one
exactly.
stigma. But I like how now anime is starting to become more mainstream
kinda,
and it's just nicer to it's just nice to know like, oh, I can actually recommend stuff. And then I actually watched this in English dub.
Oh, me too.
I forget. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
And it's one of the few that I actually recommend to watch in dub.
it's better.
I
in dub.
haven't seen it in subs, honestly, so I can't say that yet because I keep hearing from my girlfriend or her sister saying otherwise. But yeah, for now I just say like and this is also why I say that because I think the dub is actually really good for those getting into it because it's honestly really they did a really good job voicing everything. Like
they
Vic
did.
Mignogna was really good. Travis Willingham was great as Roy. Troy Baker's the GOAT for a lot of things. So
They picked out a lot of good voice
they
actors.
had a really the cast was really well done, like honestly. And I like the world this is when I mentioned how I like the world how it's established because it's all built on alchemy. And that's a great power system. I loved it because they stuck to the rules very well. They introduced it in the beginning. They're like, hey, you can't create anything from that thing. Like the law of equivalent exchange. They suck with it, right? I think that was really important. They did a really good job of doing that. So it would, man. And then the 7 deadly sins usage was really cool.
Oh yes.
I thought that was cool because I'm a sucker for that, right? Shazam's cool, but this did it really well.
They did it really well.
Like lust, greed. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, the
envy.
lust fight was really good.
Lust fight was good. Envy.
And,
Just
yes.
Roy v Envy. God, that was insane.
That was really good.
And then Pride. Oh shoot, Pride's a thing. That was cool.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, all the fights are great. The stories are great. You got to explore the world really well. Like you got to see
They
more
traveled
characters.
too.
They
so-
traveled, yes.
Yeah.
I think that helped a lot. Like going from, because like that's a lot of shows. I think it's a plus to me when you get to travel and see more of the world because you build more.
Yeah.
That's also another reason why I like Maggie as well, is because they got to travel more, right? But Brotherhood just did it really well. You got to see the characters are great.
Yeah,
Armstrong family's great.
They really are. They're a little crazy, but it's great.
A little crazy, but they're awesome.
Yeah,
awesome,
they're awesome.
100%. It's great, and I just love seeing like how people use like alchemy in a certain fashion.
Yeah.
It's just really cool. So that's my number 2.
Wow.
So now what's your number 2?
My number 2 is actually your number 7, which is Attack on Titan.
Oh, you know what? I should have known. That.
Because I really like foreshadowing. And I like the details within that.
Yes. I figured you'd say that. I forgot to mention I love the detail.
Yeah. Like the foreshadowing is really good. And this is like excluding reading the manga, but like when you rewatch, especially when I rewatch Attack on Titan, like it just gets better every time because I figure something out new that I see again.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm like, oh, I didn't notice this like the third time watching this or something.
Like
But
I think the one big one.
endings,
Yeah, the end.
the
Oh,
endings are really nice to see now.
now it's crazy.
Yeah.
I like the one detail I saw this on TikTok, but like how Berth, I can never say his name, Berthol.
Oh yeah. I just call him.
They actually spell his name differently.
Yeah, they do. They do. Yeah.
But when what's her face? Ymir transformed, it
Yeah.
shows that he was about to bite. If you didn't pay attention, he actually raised his hand,
Yep.
about to like go Titan mode. He was about to throw it all away.
He
Homeboy's
really
ready.
was. Homeboy was ready.
But then Ymir, he was like, "Oh, Ymir's a Titan. Oh,
Oh.
hold up."
Yeah. The themes are really dark in Attack on Titan.
Themes are dark. I think that was yeah, that was a plus.
Yeah.
It was different. People getting like bitten and like eaten and just ripped apart. That was different.
It was different. It was like really bloody, and I think I also really enjoyed that. I was like, oh, people are getting eaten.
But
That's
Eren
fine.
had the biggest glow up. Legit.
Oh
though.
yeah, he did.
He
Yeah,
actually had the biggest glow up. I was like surprised. We mentioned
he
this on
really
our
did.
other episode on Attack on Titan, but how he
truly grew up.
I remember, like, I will say this again, when he's standing over the sink, his hair's down. I was like, wow, this man's chiseled. Imagine if he tied his hair back.
And then he tied his hair back.
And then I was like, because I was watching with my girlfriend, I was like, oh shit.
This is it.
Oh no, he's hot.
I was like, uh-oh. People, boys and girls, ladies and gents, theys and thems. He's hot. I think my number 2, number 1 could like be interchangeable as this final part comes out.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's how I feel. Yeah.
That's how you feel.
That's
All
how I
right.
feel. But my number 1 is just too good, and it had to just stay for now.
I all of a sudden can't remember what else you've watched. And I can't. Oh, you know what? No, I know what it is.
No, you know what
You know
it is. I
what?
think
We're gonna skip. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your number 1 before?
So my number 1 is where you had my heart broken, but it's fine. It's okay. Hunter x Hunter to me is still one of the best. That's my hot take. If anyone has, you can fight me. It's fine.
Yeah,
I'll take
it's
it.
Fine.
But
hey, at least I made it in my top 10. Come on.
yes,
now.
I'm totally fine with that. It's great. No, that's nice to know. I appreciate it. But Hunter x Hunter to me is like one of the best ones, and this is also me. I actually watched this other YouTuber, and he just kind of solidified why I liked it. Totally not Mark. I think I recommended.
Yeah,
an
you
episode
did.
And he does like a lot of video essays, and he did it. You should watch the. We'll talk about that because I already know what's your number 1 now. He does video essays, and he just kind of solidifies why I like the Hunter x Hunter world so much. And I think one, power system. I love Nen. Nen is amazing. There are times when when I notice Togashi actually does kind of like doesn't explain certain things.
Yeah.
But otherwise, but most of the time he abides by it, and it's really good. And I love the flexibility and how so many different characters could like apply Nen, and I think it's just great.
Yeah.
And Gon and Killua are top tier duo. I love them to death.
That's a good duo.
I love them so much.
Duo.
They're great. Oh my gosh. The world feels established because it's like they built like on the Hunter Association. They like the Zodiacs are cool. The fights. Oh my gosh.
They're really
if I were
good.
to do top 10 fights, like most of them would come from this show. Because
Interesting.
it's just so good.
They are really good.
Yeah.
And it's an easy anime to watch.
It is.
Like to
yes.
get into.
And I think like we joke around how like shonen just have like the stupid like their goals are always like, I just need to get stronger. I want to be the best.
Yeah.
Gon is different. Like it's a shonen, but Gon is different because he's like, I want to find my dad.
He struggles with it.
But and throughout the anime or even like the manga, you see how like he just straight up struggles with it. Because I think one part I revisited was Greed Island, how his dad makes that game, but he keeps trying to say like, this is a fun game.
Yeah.
When in reality, what you're doing is like you're messing with people essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like they're trying to and but he's trying to comes to terms with like, or no, not even, because he just keeps like making excuses for his dad. He's like, no, this is fine. This is a fun game. His dad's an asshole.
A complete dick. His dad's complete dick.
Yeah. But he still wants to see him. I'm like, but it's just, it's compared to most, I think it's just really good. And Gon is not stupid though. He's actually really
he's really smart.
He's actually a top tier hunter. Like
he's really sharp.
Yes, but
without Killua too.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like it doesn't show right away. Like it's very like they get that point across subtly, right? It's not very in your face. They don't just be like, "Oh, Gon notices this." Yeah. Except there are times when there's that whole narrator thing in like the last arc. I'm like, all right.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I needed it probably, but that was my. That is also like another thing where people came to. It's conflicted on like how much people like the Chimera arc or not.
Yeah.
It gave us the best fights, but it was very dragged out. Like, Jesus.
Yes, it was. A little too dragged out.
But even with that, it shows that everything was planned. I think that was very good. Like the show does still keep like Hunter still keeps to logic very well. Like for instance, I think one big part was how Miriam at the end, Ant King, Chimera King, whatever. Just for those that don't know, he's extremely powerful, but he couldn't beat the radioactive poisoning that
the old man
Netero like detonated the bomb, and my god, that fight is like top tier fight. 100%.
That is a really good fight.
I'm a sucker for big fights. So, and also like it's just sad like how Togashi has like his health issues, because I want more of this.
But he can't finish it.
And I know it's probably like, I know some people are like, oh, why not just have his like wife do it? Because she's the one. I can't remember her name. She's the one that made Sailor Moon. But she, at times I've heard like how she's learning his art style. So who knows? Maybe she could. Maybe. But it's probably like a pride thing where like he wants to like.
No, it's a pride. I think it's a pride thing. It's also a creator thing where he just. You know how creators are just like, it's my thing, you know.
But it's really sad because he suffered from this from doing Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like this came like his I think it was like his sleep patterns or chest. I remember chest pain for sure.
I thought he had back issues too.
I think there's back. It's all tied together. But like this came from Yu Yu Hakusho actually, just over time from the amount of stress he had while working on that, and it just bled over to like Hunter. So this is just, I mean, because Yu Yu Hakusho is like honestly top tier as well.
Yeah.
You should watch that if you haven't.
I will.
That is like one of his best work. This is what he became known for. Okay. And so that's why there's so much hype with Hunter.
I think Hunter being on hiatus
hurts it a lot.
It's on so many people's top 5 or top 10.
Yes.
It's just that good incomplete too. It's just one of those where it's like it's incompleted, but it's just really good where it's at.
It's incomplete, but also I was trying to say manga or anime. The anime does a really good job in like where it ends. It honestly feels like a complete story, but we want more.
Well, yeah, we always
because we hear more about the world. Because
in the manga, I see.
But
I definitely did break your heart then. Back then,
it's okay.
It's fine.
I stand. This is the hill I'll stand on, and Hunter is still like my top.
Your top.
It is my top.
Interesting.
Also the arcs do a really good job in like pushing Gon forward logically, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like they build on like, hey, we're introducing Nen. Now they have to learn how to use Nen.
Yep.
And now they use like, oh man, yeah.
It's good.
Phantom Troop is insane. Phantom Troop's dope.
They're crazy. They're crazy.
They're crazy, but they're not like the typical mob gang.
Yeah.
It's just so good. Yeah.
It's really good.
That's my number 1.
Wow. My number 1 is something you haven't watched quite yet. It's One Piece. I caught up on all 900 some odd episodes last fall.
You monster.
I am a complete monster.
You caught up that 900 episodes, 24 minutes.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I caught up in 3 months. I just find Oda. Okay, so not only are the main characters
21,000 minutes, I'm just saying.
Wow, 21,000 minutes. Interesting.
Anyway.
The side characters shine. The main characters shine. The backstories are really sad. The fights are really good. foreshadowing's top tier. It's better than Attack on Titan.
I believe that
Yeah,
because he had this amount of time to do it.
exactly. There are
Like legit.
tons of deaths. Your girlfriend's favorite character gone.
Ace dead. I know
Ace
this.
is dead.
I heard about this
Dead.
years ago.
God.
And anyone's like, if you don't cry, if you want someone to cry and they know One Piece, just show that.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Fights are really good. Lots of parallels. Trio. There's a bunch of trios in this.
I was gonna say there's a bunch of them. On this
But my
one.
favorite one is like the monster trio. So it's Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're called the monster trio.
Oh,
'Cause
interesting.
they're usually the three that fights the most.
You know, I believe that. Yeah.
But my second favorite trio would probably be, they're called the coward trio. Because
Okay.
they always hide. And it's Chopper, the little
Chopper.
reindeer. Usopp, the guy with the big nose, long nose. And Nami.
Oh, so their gang's like split that way. Oh wait,
Yeah.
there's more
Oh,
people.
no, there's
right?
more
No,
trios
there's
too,
more
but
tri-
they're-
there's
they're-
more, but
They're my favorite
yeah.
too.
Huh. Okay.
It's really good.
And honestly, I'm sure One Piece will shoot up because of everything I like love. Like I've heard this to no end from my girlfriend, how she's like, you love world building, you love like all these fights, you love all this stuff. It's all in One Piece.
It really is.
And
But it is like, one, a commitment that you just have to go into.
yeah, Yeah.
It's like really intimidating because they're about to hit like 980s right now.
yep.
So
Because the manga's at like the thousands now, right?
yep,
1,000 chapters or
1,114 just released yesterday. I know.
It's-
The funny story is when the 1,000th episode or chapter came out, all of the shonen creators thanked Oda, and they put all their characters in the One Piece world. So Jujutsu Kaisen had the trio. So Megumi was Chopper, and Itadori was Luffy.
Yep.
Yeah, Nobara was Nami.
Nami.
And then the funny part, there was a little panel where Nobara punched Gojo. You can just see her punching him, and he just like faints. It's really funny. They were all on the ship too, and it was really cute.
It's so
So they
cute.
all each like praised Oda.
But they all praise. Oh, that's really cool.
With their own characters. It was really cool.
Wow.
Like the My Hero, they put in that trio too into the boat. It was really funny.
I need to
Just,
check this out. I'm curious.
It's really cool. But they thanked Oda for doing 1,000 chapters in 20 some odd years.
He started young too, from what I heard. It's
Yeah, he's
how-
like 50 something now. So
Yeah.
he started in his 20s,
Yeah.
about late 20s, mid 20s.
That's crazy.
But his foreshadowing is like crazy good. It's insane.
Actually insane,
Yeah.
man.
But yeah.
You know what? I'm not surprised that's your number one. I'll take that.
Yeah.
You just hurt me. It's okay.
It's fine.
But it's in your top 10. Hunter's in your top
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
Anyone that says otherwise can fight me. This is
feel
the
that.
hill I will die on.
Yeah, me
like-
too.
Your hill's not that much of a hill though. Like there's a bunch of people on that one.
Yeah. I think One Piece is on a lot of people's top 5 if they made it this far.
Yeah.
It's a big if.
It is it's top tier. I've been
Yeah.
told to watch it and to read it for forever. And one day.
I think your girlfriend and her sister said reading it is quicker. I think
I
reading
mean,
is way
that makes
quicker.
sense. Because
Yeah.
I heard like because even like Ian talked about it. He was like, the one thing about the animes, because they caught up really fast, they started doing more reaction panels or reaction like scenes, where I think that's a good and bad thing. But there are times when it's like, oh, something happens, and oh, cut here, oh, cut here, oh, cut here, oh, cut.
Yeah.
Versus like reacting to like something in the world. I think it's important. Like how like, oh, some people reacting like, oh, what happens to Luffy, right?
Yeah.
But if it's like in a fight, for instance, like, oh. I think that's unneeded, but that was definitely like a way to like add time,
Exactly.
cut time by adding time, you know.
But it's so good.
One day.
One day.
One day.
One
We'll
day
see.
you'll read it or watch it.
We'll see. But wow.
Harrison, do you have any other thoughts?
No, if anything, these are my recommendations. Anything I listed, these are my recommendations to anyone. If they haven't seen it,
Go watch
or
it.
if they think I have shit taste, then you're probably right. I'm a simple man.
Hey, we're simple people. We can just enjoy fights. Shonen. That's it.
But no, that's all I got. Good list.
That's all I have.
This may change in a year, in 2 years. Who knows? We may do a follow-up episode at one point.
Yeah, for episode 100, we'll do top 100. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
I'm not kidding. I mean, I've seen at least 100 animes, I think. So.
It's too much. I don't like it.
Okay. If that's all
That's all.
we have
That's all I
today, I'm going to do our outro.
Outro.
Everyone, thanks for tuning in. You can follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at NgoVo Convo, NgoVo Convo. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button, that ring bell. I don't know the spiel for that yet, but yeah, hit it. You'll get notifications from us. And subscribe. Please don't dislike. Well, no.
No, if you
Comment
dislike it,
what you dislike.
yeah,
But like the video. That's all I'll say.
like it regardless. But
Yeah,
you can
like
let us
it.
know how we're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
What you like.
Let us
or
know how
don't
we're
like.
doing. What do you want to see next? We have something special coming up soon.
Mm.
DM
tease
us.
Do we tease that or no?
We'll tease on Friday. Now we're weekly for some strange, odd reason.
What could it be?
Ooh, what could it be?
We're gonna find out.
We'll find out.
We'll finally be weekly.
Yeah. DM us, like us, love us, comment, tweet us. Love us. Just love us. Period. And bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Wow.